Yo, your boy up in here. How everyone doing today? Gonna wait for some people to get up in here. Y'all see the topic. We gonna rap about it, y'all. We gonna rap about it. Cause I think it's a topic that need to be talked about. Us men, we talk about these things. And I think we need to have a healthy conversation about it. Let's get to the bottom of it. See what's what. If you coming up in here, hit that like button. And we gonna bust it up, y'all. Let's get a few people in here first before we really dive into it. If you in here, state your piece. Y'all know how I do. State where you at. I know it's a Super Bowl Sunday. A lot of y'all getting ready for the game. I'm doing the same. Still got a good 5 hours till the game start, but I figure we chop it up for a little minute. Kind of like a little pregame. Pregame to the pregame, if that makes sense. If you in here, like I said, hit that like button. State where you at. And we gonna get right into it. Because I'm sure y'all saw the um the title of this one. The state of single mothers. I think that's something all of us gentlemen can relate to. And Unique, what's up? Don't be shy, y'all. State where y'all at. I see we got a few people in here. I don't want to get the festivities going without a substantial amount of people in here. So we're gonna give it a little minute, but we're gonna dive into it because a lot of y'all fellas, a lot of us fellas, we have this notion about single moms, right? And for the most part, it's a good notion. We ain't messing around with them for the most part. But I think every situation is different. I think it's obviously different. What's up, Shadow? Glad to see you in here. I think every situation is different with single moms. Hear me out on this one. Because in my life, I've noticed most single moms are single for a reason. Let's just keep it a buck. And it ain't all, I ain't gonna say it's all they wrongdoing, but it's for a reason. You're not a single mom out here just because you fell out of the sky and you was a single mom. I mean, if we being real. Now, we know what goes with single mom, and that's baby daddies. So for every single mom is a baby daddy out here somewhere. And there lies in the reason for that woman being single. But see, what a lot of people don't put into consideration is a lot of times it ain't always the single mom wanting to be single. We know, we men, we get it. A lot of these men that they pick, and that's why I get back to these single moms are single for a reason, and it's mostly they wrongdoing, but not all they wrongdoing. A lot of these single moms pick wrong, not putting it all on the guy. Because a lot of these single moms became single because they let the guy go. You know? It ain't always the man, whether he's good or bad, running out on the single mom. Sometimes it's because, she gave him his walking papers. And it's just one of them things. But there are, with that situation, what's up, Jason? How you doing, man? With that situation, this is where I think differently from your average man because it take a selfish woman to walk out on a baby father or to have bad behavior because a lot of times it don't be the woman walks out. The woman exhibits bad behavior and give the man no reason but to walk out. Or they grow apart. You feel me? It's so many different instances with that situation, with that topic. You never know. But what I will say is a lot of, like I said when I started this live, a lot of single moms are single for a reason. It's usually never none of their wrongdoing. You feel me? And that's why guys like us, we tend, I'm gonna say tend, to gravitate away from single moms. Because there's a red flag on just being a single mom. Is all single moms bad? No. I know personally that they're not. But it is a red flag. And a lot of these women, single moms and non-single moms, just the gender, they don't understand that. Then they'll try to rationalize it and say things like, well, you're a single father. The truth of the matter is it hit different for men. And it always have and it always will. I didn't create the double standard. It's just the way it goes. And women know that as well. I think a lot of women realize that being a single dad hit different from being a single mom in a good way. You know, it's never good when you're a single mom or dad. That means you was in a relationship and you parted ways and there's a child at stake. You feel me? And you gotta think, I mean, people don't think that deep into it, but it's kids at stake. You know, growing up, I grew up, my mom and dad wasn't together. So there's ramifications, long-term ramifications that could come from that. But getting back to the topic, why I say single moms are single for a reason is just that right there. It takes a lot for a man to want to leave the mother of his kids, whether it was on that aspect or not. I would think it take a lot for a woman to leave the father of her kids. So when you think of that, you thinking of when you think of that realm, right? And you think of all that ties into that, you thinking of a somewhat chaotic situation. And this is the part that a lot of women don't understand. When men turn their back on, like when they find out, oh, you got kids, because the first thing we thinking of is drama. We thinking of a chaos. We thinking of a situation, whether we know or not, because I ain't gonna lie, some situations are cut and dry. Some situations aren't chaotic. Some situations aren't drama filled. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things just happen. Sometimes people grow apart. And I'm gonna get to that point too because we gotta be real about that. Sometimes people just grow apart. It wasn't because the woman was selfish. It wasn't because she was a slut. It wasn't because the dad was a deadbeat. It was like sometimes, listen, we did the damn thing, we rocked out, and it was what it was. Shit ain't work, you know. Sometimes we gotta look at that aspect of it too. Um, I know we only a few minutes into the live, but I want y'all thoughts on that. What y'all think about the topic? And have any of y'all had, close experiences with dealing with single moms? Because I think we all have. I mean, that question go without saying. If you on this live or if you're a follower of mine, you dealt with a single mom once or twice in your life. It's just one of them things that you're not going to get around, unless you under a rock. You feel me? But I want to know what y'all think about that before I continue, because we're going to get deep into this topic. Yeah, I see a couple of y'all in here. Is that Kyle? What's up, Kyle? Yeah, it's just one of them things, and it was on my mind because I ain't gonna lie. I actually was surfing on YouTube, and this topic was brought up, and it was more of a panel discussion, and there was men and women up there, and it seemed like the women don't understand why your average man don't want to deal with a single mom, and I get it because a lot of single moms ain't bad people. Like it don't make them bad people. Depending on the circumstance, I'm gonna get into this now that I'm on it, right? I don't think a lot of us guys out there ideally would go into a situation where you got a single mom, right? And she got 4 kids by 3 different dads. That's just the chances of things working with you and that woman, even on a mild level, is slim to none. It's damn near like you setting yourself up for failure. You know what I'm saying? Is that Eric? Eric? I'm sorry. E-Rich. E-Rich. Appreciate you, bro. Um, so that is to the extreme. And that's not even that extreme because nowadays having 4 kids is a thing of the past. These chicks is pushing out 5, 6 kids by 3, 4 different dudes. Let's keep it a buck. And it's like they want you to throw them a pity party. And a lot of times, tell me if this is true, y'all. If y'all ever dealt with a single mom, it was always the guy's fault or the guy's fault with an S. It's never, you know what, I was a little much. I did this, I did that. It's usually you don't hear them stories that much. And that sends off a red flag because when there's that many scenarios, baby, it wasn't you one time. I could see if you got one baby daddy and one child. People make mistakes. Like, even on that realm, I wouldn't even put it up there as far as, oh, okay, this woman got a bad judge of character. Because shit like that happen, right? But when you got somebody that the countless amounts of um of mistakes, it's like, wait a minute, you know, this is one of them things, and a lot of us men ain't going for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's some cool single moms out here. I know it is, but they do. Or they also got to realize that they somewhat put behind the 8 ball because of their situation. They almost play a second fiddle to your average. I can't even say average woman because most of these women out here are single baby moms. Let's keep it a buck. It's rare that you're gonna run into a of age woman. You know, unless I know I got some young subscribers, but you get into my age range, you ain't running into too many women that don't have no kids. I know it's a thing, right? I know it's out there, and obviously you're gonna run into women that got grown kids too. But it's still what a lot of women like to take that into account. Well, my kids is grown. Is that a claim to fame? In some ways, it is, because I mean your kids out the way. I don't gotta worry about this, that, and the third. It's a thing, but it still make you a single mom. A lot of women that got kids that's 19, 20, 21 years old, they don't look at themselves as single moms. And it's like, okay, on the landscape, your child is legally grown, but you're still a single mom. And what it shows is somewhat of a poor character, lack of better judgment, even if it was 18 years ago. You know, and like I said, every situation can't be created equal because some of these women, believe it or not, are widows. Some of these women, the dad was a deadbeat, but it does show a lack of judgment because you was with that deadbeat. You loved that deadbeat at one point. I said loved it. Wow. But you loved that deadbeat at one point. So let's not sit here. You know what I'm saying? That's another one that women use that as a badge of honor. He's a bum. But you like that bum. So what that say about you? Not judging, because a lot of us men don't pick right either, you know. But they use that as like a a moment of endearment. Like I was right in it. He's just a deadbeat. He ain't do this, he ain't do that. Well, I'm sure he wasn't doing that before you got pregnant, baby. I'm sure he wasn't doing that then either, you know? And there's nothing wrong with it because, like I said, we all make mistakes, right? But it shows a character flaw with the woman. It shows poor judgment with the woman. So sometimes I be wanting women to say, "Don't scream that to the heavens so much because it make you look bad, sis. It make you look bad. You dealt with this. All he do is drink and smoke, and he don't have a job. And well, baby, you messed with him. So that's another reason why I say a lot of single women, single moms are single for a reason because they have a baby by this guy and they think all of a sudden stuff going to change. Women think having a kid locks men down, which I'm not taking up for guys. Any guy that's out here being a deadbeat is a loser in my book. Because one thing I don't play about is taking care of your kids. So I'm not going to big up these guys on any level. But if we being real, that's not locking down anybody. The guy's still going to be what he going to be. And like I said, it shows poor judgment. It shows a lot, y'all. Let me get to y'all comments in a minute. Um, yeah. Oh, Jerry is easier. All right, I appreciate that. Y'all know I butcher names, so I be butchering them. Half of the times I can't see them, even with my glasses. But yeah, it's just one of them things, fellas. Like I said, this live kind of came out of left field. It was on my mind, so I said, why not? Why not bust it up with the folks and see what everybody up to? I know a lot of y'all getting ready for the game. Who y'all liking today? The few that's still in here, who y'all liking? Another another red flag with these single moms is when, believe it or not, and y'all might think this is coming out of I'm pulling this out of my ass, but no. When you deal with a chick where the dad is actually in the kid's life, right? But don't want nothing to do with the mom. You would think, most men you would think would say, oh, I'm dealing with, oh, so the dude is in the life. That's a good thing because I don't got to worry about being there for the little motherfucker. Or I don't have to worry about, no funny business or whatever. But a lot of times that shows a selfish woman because here's where I'm going to go with that. That shows a woman that's willing to do what she got to do. Yeah, that's very common, unique. Like, it really is. That shows a woman that, put it like this. I'm going to sum it up like this so y'all can understand it. If you dealing with a woman, right, and she a single mom, let's just say you going for the gusto. You like, fuck it. She seemed cool. The kids is cool. It's not a dire situation, right? It ain't a crazy situation. If you dealing with that woman and the dad is still in the kid's life and showing up and pulling up and doing what he gotta do, but he want no ties with that woman, that's a red flag with that woman. Let alone that she a single baby mom. Not saying you would want it the contrary where the guy is a deadbeat and a bum, but it is what it is. But it's just a red flag. Because that show a stable guy that got his head on straight, he just can't deal with her ass. If that makes sense. A lot of men don't look at that. A lot of men, believe it or not, for whatever reason, I never felt this way. They feel inferior when the dad is in the life. It's like they don't want the dad in the life at all. And I understand that somewhat to an extent on a woman's sake, but I I don't know. I'm a little different, when it comes to kids. I believe they need their dads in their life. So even if it's gonna come to my detriment, it's it's almost a saving grace in a way. That's just me. Sometimes, yup, they better apart. Yup, that too. That too. Sometimes they just better apart, you know? And it's not always drama filled and this and that and this and that. A lot of men look at single baby moms as, oh, this is going to be chaos. It ain't always that. Sometimes it's just a lack of judgment because there's definitely some fault on that woman. I don't care what happened. If you a single mom, unless that man is dead, or I only can use, yeah, unless his unfortunate demise happened. Because even being locked up is a lack of, because believe it or not, and I tell y'all full fledged, I've been there, so it don't make you a bad person. But if you dealing with a guy that's in and out of jail, that's a bad joint too. Because it's like, well, what type of person you thought this guy was going to be? If he was doing that, then he damn sure he going to do. It's just one of them things. It's one of them things. But shit, I said, man, I don't know. It's like it's one of them topics that people are touchy about. But my part, the reason why I'm bringing this to the forefront is the delusional women that don't understand why men look at them in the way. It don't look at them like they disgusting or they bad people, but it is a slight. Anytime you're a single mom, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Let's see what we got. So single moms should stay. Not necessarily. How can I put this unique? All right. Single moms just gotta know. I ain't gonna say settle, but they just gotta know that okay, it's gonna be harder for me to find somebody. It's almost like the single mom gotta find a unicorn at that point, a guy that's willing to take on that, and not saying it in a way where the man is because we listen. If you know, you know. All these single moms ain't looking for nobody to take care of their kids. That's another misconception on the men's side. Oh, she a single mom, that means she gonna want me to take care of kids. No, that's not always the truth. But if we being real, to answer your question, I don't think they should just stay single. They should just realize that I'm somewhat behind the eight ball. Things ain't work out with main man, whether it was my fault, our fault, his fault, whatever. I'm in a somewhat of a bind. Okay, I want happiness. I want that second, that better half. But I gotta realize that I'm not going. I'm gonna get what I get. Not saying it ain't what you want, but it's not going to be on the upper echelon type of thing. Or it's going to be a unicorn. It's going to be a guy that just understands the situation. But like I said, every situation is created different because me personally, I would deal with a woman that got two kids by one guy. That's not a deal breaker for me. Within reason, obviously. As long as, her nose is clean, the kids seem cool, there's some respect in order, yeah. But as I'm the type of guy that would deal with a chick that got three kids by three different men, no. Not in a million years. It won't happen. It won't. So it depends on the context of the situation. It just does. It depends on the context. If you coming in here, hit the like button on your way out at least. Hit the like button, y'all. But yeah, it's one of them things. I know guys that claim to fame, and I ain't even gonna call it. Well, yeah, it's a claim to fame. They don't even deal with. All right, put it like this. I ain't gonna say they don't, cause that's crazy. I'll be lying. I know men, and tell me y'all in the comment in the chat. I know men don't even deal with single moms unless it's for recreational uses only, and y'all know what I mean. And they really do that. I'm not advising that or saying that's right, but I know men that as soon as they find out, it registers in their head. This is going to be they don't care about the story. They don't care about how it happened. They don't care about main man still in the picture. This is going to be for fun only. Do I think on that landscape? No. But do I fault them men for thinking on that way? No, I don't. I don't. You know, whatever floats your boat. Some men just don't want to deal with a woman with kids. They feel as though it's a flaw. It's a major flaw, and we all got flaws. But some men look at that as a major flaw. It's like you got somebody else's child, and you expect me to be with you. Some men look at it in that black and white. Like you got kids or a kid by somebody else. And here I am, and I'm supposed to take you serious. Some men look at it in that way, and I can't fault them, men. But I admit, I don't look at it in that way. It ain't that black and white to me. It's circumstantial with me. Like, I want to know the history or how it happened, and okay, what's the numbers and how many you got, and things of that nature. Because to me, that matters. Because I know people make mistakes. But would I say the average man should be out here looking for single mom, baby mom? No, I don't advise that. Because to me, it's going to be more of a detriment to success. It's going to be more of a detriment than not. You know, you said these men have no kids. What you mean? Elaborate on that one. Are you talking about like single baby fathers or what's up, Isaac? My ex had 2 kids. I might put this up so I can see it more. I gotta learn how to work this joint where I can post y'all comments because it'll be bigger where I can see it. Um, six years this past Christmas. Mm. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Ike. Damn, I called you Ike. My bad, Isaac. That's wild. Now engaged to another woman. That's see what I mean. There's usually some chaos with that single mom stuff. It just is. The men that don't date women with kids. Yeah, yeah. How about that? There's some hypocrisy in that. You right. She pretty much saying y'all that there's men out here that don't want to deal with single moms, but they got kids themselves. It's like men that don't have kids, they kind of get it. I mean, she's saying, I don't know if women, but yeah, I've heard this. Women more understand men that don't have kids that don't want to date single mom, and there's some truth to that. I gotta be real. I mean, I get that point. I get that point. Full fledged. But would you say this? Do it look more? Do it look more? Do it look bad? Do it look worse for a single mom or a single dad? Because that's pretty much what we getting at. There's a lot of single dads out here, a lot. But there's also a lot of single moms out here. And I think single dads carry it a different way, if you ask me. They just do. They carry it a different way. Single moms more it look worse because we know women love hard. Men, we love, but men, if I'm being real, is quick to up and jump ship. Women usually try to keep that together, and when that can't be together, it looks bad on the woman more. Cause it's like you ain't even have enough wherewithal to keep your family in order. Like that mean like it's almost it looks selfish sometimes. And don't get me wrong, all these situations don't be selfish on the women. Nigga, guys be just getting up leaving women. Let's keep it a buck. But I don't know. It's one of them things. That's why I knew this was going to be a good topic. Now, what you disagree with? I'm sorry. Is this smoke? What you disagree with? And this is what I wonder, a healthy back and forth, because it is one of them tricky subjects that's like, because I hear it a lot. A lot of men ain't dating no baby moms. And I get it, but there's another side to it that is like, wait a minute. Like, it's like a no nonsense for single moms where a lot of these guys is carrying their life. And it's like I get it to a certain extent, but damn. You see men trying to stay quicker. I do too, Smoke. I do too, but think about it. Stay at what expense? To what extent, I should say. Because I know guys that'll rock out for their family. I know a lot of family oriented men that if they got a child by that woman, they gonna stay as long as they can. But at what extent? Is that woman still ripping and running the streets? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm the type of guy. I'm very family oriented, and I'm gonna be full transparent on this. I'm not with my kids, ma. You know, I got two kids by one woman, and we're not together. But when you say what you say, I'm saying to what extent? Because I know a lot of men that's very family oriented, but they not sticking around for no BS. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. I think every situation is different. You know. Yeah, men believe in look, in these times, men believe in the family structure way more than women. I don't care what no woman say or what. Overall, men believe in the sanctity of a family way more than these modern women. Modern women only worry about them being happy. Let's keep it a buck. And I don't want to turn this into another topic, but y'all know me. Women care about their happiness. Do they love their kids? On the regular scale, yeah, most of these moms they love their kids, but as far as keeping the family a thing, men believe in that way more. I know women that go, they it's crazy, it's laughable. You know, men will sacrifice their own happiness for family. Real men. I know some bums out here that don't care about that, but real men will. I don't see a lot of women sacrificing their happiness for family. Not in these times. So you right on that one. A lot of these women only care about how they feeling, what they mood like now, what's gonna make them happy, what this, what that, what that. And it's to hell with the kids. Even though they love them kids, it's kind of like, well, they just kids, they don't get it, this and that and the third. A lot of the women use their kids as pawns. Let's keep it a buck on these guys. These guys is paying child support and they use them in different type of way. Let's we gotta keep it always funky. And like I said, I ain't gonna turn this into a different topic, but it's real. It's real. I see it all the time. You know, they'll use the kids as a damn pawn to get the upper hand on whatever the circumstance is, and it's wrong. You know, they don't realize it till they get older and the kids get old and move out and start resenting them. You know, a lot of women keep kids from they dads, whether he in their life or not. Let's keep it a buck on that. You know, just like we're going to talk about the deadbeat men, let's talk about the women, even though they're not classified as deadbeats because they live with the kids. There's a lot of deadbeat women that live with their kids, that they got the kids. Let's keep it a buck. Just because the kids live with you and they in your house, don't mean you an upstanding mom. It don't. You know. So it's a double-edged sword on when it comes to that. But it's just one of them things. Like I said, I was thinking about it. I was working earlier and in my travels. I was like I said, I pulled it up on YouTube. Y'all know I'm a YouTube junkie. That's my vice, YouTube. And there was a panel and they was talking about it. But what got to me was I ain't gonna call them delusional. They just was the women was just not understanding why is it a thing. And I'm like, it's really a thing. Is a thing. Appreciate that, unique. Yeah, like it's real. It's real, man. And we definitely had to talk about it. A lot of women seem to be, Jesus, cannot see. A lot of women seem to be on that friend type of relationship with their children. Oh man, I mean, listen, let's talk about it. There's no structure. There's no structure, and I don't care what any woman says. Men bring structure to a household. They just do. Even the most lackluster guy of them all is going to bring structure. A lot of these women are on a friendly with their own kids. And it's crazy. Do that got a lot to do with these kids running amok? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know, they want to be besties with their own kids. I never seen nothing like it, but it's real. I keep it a buck. I got two teenage kids. Ain't no friend stuff over here. You know, what parents need to be is understanding to their kids, be in their kids' life. And I'm no daddy of the year, so I ain't acting like I'm giving the best advice or nothing. But just morally, be there for your kids. Be understand your kids, because a lot of kids feel as though they don't have nowhere to turn. So talk to your kids, but all that friendly stuff, and you talking to me any old type of way, because a lot of parents, I ain't just gonna say women, but a lot of parents, you know, like you said, Smoke, want to be like they want to be down. So it's like when he say that, I'm not going to, or when she say that, I'm a no, no. That's the wrong way to raise your kids, because then there's no structure. Then the kid becomes entitled. Then the kid feels though they can do whatever they want. That's where those things tend to come in at, and there you go with today's society. There you go with today's society. A lot of the shit that's happening starts in the household. I think we all know that. A lot of stuff that's happening in society, especially with these young people, it go back to the household. Obviously, broken families, single moms raising kids, and don't get it messed up. I salute those single moms that's out there doing their thing. Whether they looking for relationships or not, this ain't even a relationship thing. Just doing their thing morally and staying by their kids. You know, I do it because there's a lot of them out here. But if I'm being real, you know, it's like it's one of them tricky things. You know, I think we all make mistakes in our past, and you know, it's how you act on it from there on out. You know, it's how you carry it from there on out. I think men that is not with they kids' mind need to stop using that as a crutch and be in their kids' life whatever way they can be. I do believe in that because a lot of that. I got homies that's not dealing with their kids just because of that. And do I understand that some of these women can be god awful and hard to deal with? Yes. But do I believe there's also ways and you can apply yourself a little better by being in that child life? That's also a yes. So it works both ways, you know. It just does. I'm kind of kicking myself, y'all, because I'm definitely enjoying this live, but it ain't as many people in the live as I'm used to. And like I said, I'm kicking myself because I usually post when I'm going live, but this was one of them spur of the moment things, y'all. So I know a lot of people probably didn't even get the notification, but we rocking out with the, well, it was 20, now it's dropped back down to 12. The few people that's in here, I appreciate y'all as always. As long as y'all hit that like. And y'all know me, I'm a maverick. I go off the cusp. So if there's anything, a different topic y'all want to talk about while we here, we definitely can switch it up. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all out there is getting ready for this game. It seemed like a lackluster Super Bowl if we being real, y'all. It don't feel like Super Bowl week at all. It feel like, I don't know, something else. It feel like something else. I know I'm thinking the Seahawks gonna pull it out though. That's where I'm going with it. Who y'all thinking gonna take this joint? Seahawks or New England? Yeah, but a lot of the stuff I seen on that video that I told y'all about earlier about the single moms, a lot of it was just tongue in cheek. A lot of people just say things just for reaction. Cause you pull up they curtain, you be like, "Nah, you deal with it," or "You come on, you don't think this way." No fault divorce laws. You know what? That's crazy. Cause I just posted a video about marriage, and let me be clear, I've never been married, y'all. So I ain't gonna act like I'm no marriage coach or marriage counselor. But some things you just use experience and logic with, and I think a lot of men that's getting married. I'm gonna answer your question, Ike, but I ain't want to get sidetracked from this point. I think a lot of men that's getting married in these times are fools, and y'all gonna see that video real soon. Is I just what is it? What benefit is it? Let's keep it a buck. You could be in bliss and romance with a woman. You could like her on a high level. Do it mean you gotta marry her? Traditionally, it used to, but this ain't tradition. Ain't nothing traditional about these times. And I think women can agree to that as well. There's nothing traditional about 2026 at all. The values, the morals, the ethics. There's nothing traditional about these times. So for any man to me now getting married, unless you got to have a unicorn, you got to have that diamond in the rough. There's no logic to getting married. There's none. And I got close people to me that's newly married and soon to be married. So it is what it is. Obviously, this ain't for everybody, but it's just is one of them things. I don't see no rhyme or reason for any man to get married now. I just don't. That's a hell of a contract. That's a hell of a contract. Whether you worth a million or not. Because the first thing, this is what women's logic is to marriage. When men talk about all this and all that, the first thing they say, well, you ain't got nothing. That's not the point. And obviously, I don't mean nothing, but they saying ain't like you a celebrity or you got $1 million or a estate or anything. That don't matter. It's the morality of it. There's no point of a man getting married. There's no benefit to men getting married. That's the part I want them to talk about more. Because when they up on this panels, they be like, well, I can't take half of your stuff because you ain't got half of nothing to take and all that. It's like you can tell they deflected because they not even talk about the facts. What is the benefit of a man being married in 2026? I'll wait because I don't know too many. The mob might have other plans. What you mean, Smoke? You talk about with the game, the Super Bowl. But yeah, there's no real benefit to it. Why we can't just do like, for the men that is meeting women, let's do what we do and keep it moving. All that marriage stuff is for fools. It's for fools. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta keep y'all know me, I gotta keep it a buck. You got to know like 100%. It ain't no I'm just gonna take a leap of faith or I'm I'm just go for what I know or she made me feel good last night. And you can't go by that. And sometimes you can't go by consistency. Because a woman will be consistent as long as you let her. A lot of women switch up as soon as they got your last name. It's really a thing. I don't think all women is like that, but because it feels though, okay, mission complete. In their eyes, they feel as though mission complete. And what a lot of men ain't realizing is it's a bad joint. It's a bad joint to be shacking up, marrying, holy matrimony, nuptials, whatever you want to call. is not in your benefit. It's not. And in order for you to make it in your benefit in some type of way, you gotta walk on eggshells or kiss some ass. That's bullshit. Because that's another thing that people don't talk about. Oh, marriage can work, yeah, as long as you kiss the woman's ass, sure. You know, they say that. Can marriage work? Yeah, of course. I know several married couples that's doing the damn thing. But overall, is it a good joint? No, it ain't. No, it don't benefit men in no type of way. And a lot of men gotta realize that. A lot more men gotta realize that I'm in a lose lose. I don't know though. It's one of them things. I ain't trying to discourage anybody, but I'm just stating my fact. If you married, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feel about this halftime performer that we got going? Bad Bunny or whatever. I don't know the guy. I don't know nothing about him. I heard some things. I heard he's pretty popular. But I'm trying to see if what they saying is true. They talk about the man finna perform in a dress. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it's a bad joint if that's true. Because at this point, you pushing the narrative. Everybody know that it's gonna be billions of people watching the damn game. So for y'all to put that on that type of stage is or allow it, you know. But who am I? I'm just that's how I feel about it. But I don't know the guy. I don't know what he. When I first heard it, I'm like, wait, ain't the Super Bowl halftime for like actual popular stars, like people that's welly documented and in the music industry. But I did a little research and I see that he is somewhat popular. So yeah, damn dress. I hope it ain't true, unique. I hope it ain't true. Because I have nothing against nothing in no homophobic type of way. But it's an agenda. At this point, that would be like a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? Because that means you pushing something. You pushing the narrative at that point, especially when you know he's going to do it. I can see if he shock everybody. They said he's going to do. He's going to. We'll see. I mean, he might have on motherfucking pants, but what's up, Isaac? You out? All right, man. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Yeah, but I'm like, man, that halftime stuff, man. We'll see though. We'll see how it go. Like I said, it seemed like a lackluster Super Bowl. Hopefully, the game is bring everybody up because from what I'm hearing, I mean, the build up to it has not been the proper build up. It just haven't. It don't even feel like a damn Super Bowl. It don't. I don't know. Something about it is just off. That man said he putting in that OT. I know that's right. You guys, listen. You gotta do what you gotta do. Shit, I need some OT my damn self. But yeah, I know a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all in here, depending on where y'all at in the country, it's cold as hell. It is cold out there. Yeah, that got a lot to do with it. The Eagles not in it. That definitely, like, for us Eagle fans, us here in the Philly area, we definitely feeling it because it's like, it's like, damn, wait a minute. I almost forgot the game was today. That's how lackluster this build-up been. But I'm gonna be there to watch it. I'm definitely gonna be right in front of my TV to watch that, Joe. Shit. Damn, time go by fast. We almost been in here for an hour, y'all. Something else that been on my mind. This was brought up to me by my coworker. I know there's a lot of guys in this joint. How y'all feel about these haircut prices? These outrageous haircut prices. I know it's been in the media a lot lately. They charging guys an arm and a leg. I'll be totally transparent. My haircut cost me $35. Mind you, I've been going to the same guy for at this point maybe 15 years. Over maybe about 15 years. So I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that effect. But do I know it's a thing? Yeah, it's definitely a thing. I heard some of these barbers charging 60, 70, 80 with all the different creative highlight enhancers that they putting on guys' hairline that only last a day. And as soon as you take a hot shower, that shit is off. And it's a mess. Any of y'all getting charged up out the wazoo from y'all barbers? Because that's a real thing. Like, they making it seem like, let's be real, your average typical haircut lasts what? About 3, 4 days? As far as looking sharp? No, 4 is pushing it. 3 days. 3 days. And the average person get a haircut, what, every 10 days? Every 10 days to every 2 weeks? To be charged $70 for a haircut is just wow. And some getting charged more than that. I don't get it. Like I said, I ain't feeling that effect. $35 to me is like right on par for the type of haircut I get and my beard and all that. I think that's fair. I don't mind that. But I would never, I'm not paying no 60, $70 for no cut. That would never happen. Then you got some of the guys here in Philly, we got like these Asian spots where some guys, I don't suggest it, but some guys do go there. I think it's like $10 or 15, but don't expect nothing too crazy. That haircut might only last a day from them. I don't even know how good they is because I never even wanted to find out. Nothing against them. They obviously doing something right because they get business, but I'm not going to no joint like that to get my hair cut just because it's $10, $15. Like, it ain't that deep. But I do understand guys that feel as though it's a ripoff for these barbers to be charging upwards to $80, $70, $80 for a damn haircut. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. And if you know, yeah, real rap. And if you know, our hair is very important to us. The men that have hair is important to us. So we not just going any old where and letting people play in our head. That's why we keep the same barber for so long because we don't like. It's like we got used to. Listen, we gonna make this work. I ain't trying to come out of this joint looking like a different person. Because a bad haircut will make you look like a different person, especially if they mess your hairline up. It'll make you look a different complexion and everything. Y'all fellas know what I'm talking about. And there's something about when you first come out of the barbershop where you it's like they mirrors is different. Fellas, tell me if y'all ever like you ever get a cut and when you look at it in the mirror, in his mirror, you like cool. Man, you get outside, you get in that car, and you be like, wait a minute. And sometimes it ain't always bad, but it looked different from what you initially saw. You be like, what the fuck? Oh, all right, I see this over here. You know what I'm talking about, Smoke? Real rap. You be like, what type of mirrors they got in there? Because it looked at, all right, the edge was right here when I looked at it in that fucking chair. Now that I'm here in my car, about to go home, I look in that damn rearview mirror and it look a little different now. Like, hold up now. It's wild, right? I know I ain't the only one. And like I said, sometimes it's for the better. It ain't always in a bad way, but you be like, oh man, shit. But they ain't gonna charge me up. I'm cool. I keep paying my little, 35 and keep it moving. Real rap. But yeah, y'all, I know we wavered off the topic. Um, but yeah, that single mom stuff. Like I said, I always been neutral about it. I understand where guys is coming from it, but if I'm being honest, every circumstance ain't the same. Cause every single mom out here don't want there to like. Don't get me wrong, they probably want you there morally for their kids. Like, be a good um for their child, be a good role model type shit. But they don't always want somebody to financially be there for every little thing, to support every little thing. It ain't always that. But do I understand when guys just like, no, it's just a total deal breaker for a woman that have kids? I somewhat understand it. I do. Because it's like, I don't know, it's like a notch down almost. Like, but I don't know. Like I said, every situation is different. But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to come in here and chop it up with y'all for a little while. Um, y'all get used to these lives. And I know we coming up on the hour. I had some time to kill, so I said, why not see what everybody's up to? Next time I will post it, like post a time or something like that, because I noticed my first two lives, even though this is a faceless live, that might have something to do with it too. And I totally understand. But I'll post it that way more people can be aware and we can really get it popping in here. I like to thank the few people that did come in this joint. We chopped it up for just about an hour. And I definitely appreciate it. Got a video coming out tomorrow at 1:15 Eastern Time. Spread some awareness. But other than that, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, all right? Everybody be safe. Let's see what's going to happen with them Seahawks and them Patriots. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.